and gentlemen, welcome to the Black Table. Did you miss me? Well, thank you very much. I am back again for a fantastic edition for the Black Table. If I say so myself, you're welcome. Friday nights are never the same without the Black Table. I want to apologize for the first 2 weeks of break that we had. But don't you worry, we're here for the next more than a year. You're welcome. My name is Mazino Appeal. I'm not alone today. I've got, gentlemen here with me. I'm going to be introducing the one person who almost ruined the show last week. Well, he made it through. Mr. Gang, Mr. Gang is in the house. Gang, thank you very much.
He's back. He's back, ladies.
Thank you.
He's back.
Thank
Why,
you.
ladies? Why we need gentlemen?
You
Don't
almost,
forget the gentleman. The gentleman don't care.
you almost
The
ruined
second
it.
most faithful guy in Lagos.
Who's the first?
I've returned.
Who's the first?
I'm the first.
Thank you very much.
I'm the
Thank you
most
very much.
faithful guy in Lagos.
Good to have you here. And of course, you know, he is the captain of the Enterprise. He's here once again. Mr. Jean-Luc Picard, not the Bado. Olamide is in the house. You're welcome, man. Good to have you here.
Lovely to be here.
Nice what you're wearing. What is that?
Oh, it's our very good friend, No Limit Stitches.
Ah, I should know.
Yeah. Pimpin'.
What can
Got
I
one
say?
on to.
It's all good. But then again, he doesn't need our couture because he has his own. Of course, you see him all the time on Instagram, always patronizing himself and making sure that you guys are aware that he's out there and welcome for business. It's Rich Uncle in the house, Mr. Okwe. He's always here with his opinion as strong as concrete.
Every
Hey.
human should have one, though.
Yeah.
Good
Every
to have
human
you.
should have an opinion.
And that's what
Oluwafemi, yeah.
Oluwafemi Couture,
Yeah.
of course. I love. Are you're going home bare-chested, by the way?
No, but funny enough, we're doing this thing black. I think next week or the week after, we're doing Rich Uncle, all the boys on the black table.
You heard it.
Rich
You heard it. You heard it.
Confirmed.
Good to have you guys here. So it's going to be another fantastic evening. You guys are welcome. Thank you very much for joining us again. Of course, you know, this is where you have all the lowdown and everything that's been happening. And our opinion, very straight, undiluted, how you need to have it. We hold no bars. Let's start the show. First off, let's go on a short break. When we get back, we've got a couple of topics that we want to converse over. You guys are welcome to send in your messages, especially at the end of the show when we get to read everything that you send in. Are you ready? Well, hey, sit back, relax, grab your own brew, and we'll be back.
You always take the bill on the first date, second date, and third date. Bro code.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, especially the ladies. You're welcome into our world where we get to express ourselves like you've never seen us before. It's a disservice to guys because we get to let you in on our world where we never let you guys in on. But hey, we get paid to do it. Can we say no? Times are hard. I'll sell you guys for 20 silver pieces.
At this point, this Jagaban region,
Oh,
We are
boy.
together in this
Yeah.
room, in fact.
ain't nobody making it out alive, though.
Man,
We
the
can
dollar
do
is-
public service, so,
the dollar
because
is over
Ah,
1,000 naira now.
Don't tell me about
How
it.
do you
Mazino,
manage?
Mazino.
No, not like, so there are things that I don't like to remember, like,
And the
that
dollar
one
is
of
It's
them.
crazy. Somebody sent me a message during the week saying $1,000 is $1,000,000 naira.
Yeah, well, it is. It is
Wow.
again.
it is really crazy
I
and
was
it's
like,
really bad.
$1,000 $1,000,000.
How do we get there? I remember going to South Africa once and changing a dollar for 35 naira. This was not too long ago. It was less than
Yeah.
a decade ago. And I'm like, from
How did
35
we get
naira
here?
to 1,000
Yeah.
plus.
So you understand this evening when you said, and I'm like, Mazino, I don't have money.
It is tough.
So you
No,
understand
but
now.
honestly, though, Nigerians, if we're going to be honest, we ate our future away. Everything we're suffering now, we ate it in the past. Like, we were living in a world that was completely unrealistic. And we knew.
Yeah.
We knew. But once the favor was like this, we look the other way. The chicken don't come out.
But in all
they don't roast
fairness,
out.
I think it was just a small amount of people that really got away with messing up things in the country.
Generally,
Now
every-
majority are suffering for it.
No, so generally, every Nigerian, the way, not just Nigerians, the way Africans are structured there, regardless of whatever is going on, for as long as it's not touching me,
Yeah, let it keep going.
Yeah, you're right about
boy, you
that.
go touch everybody eventually.
Yeah.
Very
We
unfortunate.
had a brief conversation this evening, and I was talking to one of my colleagues. And I said one of the biggest issues we have in Nigeria, besides structure, is it's cultural. there's a mentality that is eating into everything we do. And then we did a small analysis of the music industry. And by the time we're done talking, we're like, okay, you know what? There is a Mohbad incident everywhere.
Yeah.
People are not just really seeing it.
Yeah, true. I agree.
So, I
with you.
mean, it's
I
really
agree.
bad.
with you. Did we ever get to talk about Mohbad on the Black Table?
We did a little.
We just
But it's
did.
sad. The thing is just too sad. Like for me, it's just too sad. Like, and you can't dodge it. Actually, it's everywhere. Sad.
Poor guy. I never got to know him until after his death, unfortunately. I heard his music, but I didn't know that was the chap.
And that's exactly what I was telling someone today. That my prayer in life is my destiny not be like that, because the guy is more popular in death.
death.
After that, yeah.
All right, let's get to more scandalous stuff. We've got this very interesting topic here. Now, this is a guy that on Instagram made a revelation that most people will find very worrying, including all the bad guys. No matter how bad you are, this guy kind of like broke the internet with his revelation. He was asked by another blogger how many people he had slept with, and he said, I have slept with over 315 ladies. Wait, I'm not done.
He's not done.
This year. Between January and October,
I
he
don't
said
think
between
it's- no,
300
I
and
don't know.
300.
I don't think it's possible.
How many days do we have in a year again?
Yeah, 365. No, it's not possible.
You know,
One
And
woman
the year's
for
not
every-
over.
And the year is not over.
Femi is always shocked.
No, it's not
Femi,
possible.
Femi is
Like,
always
are you
shocked when he
telling
hears
me?
Femi
No,
body counts.
but are you telling me that this guy
See,
sees a
wait.
different girl every day?
Not
Yeah,
not
see,
saying he
when
didn't
does
say
he
he
even
didn't
meet
say he
them?
had sex 315 times this year.
He said
315
women.
different women.
come
See,
on
Femi,
now.
Femi, I don't know why it shocks you when you hear this kind of
No,
body
because
count.
it's practically impossible.
It's not. It's not, Femi.
Okay, so hold on.
Okay, let's do the
You
maths.
start looking at it by days of the year.
Okay, so let's-
There's some people that are single and useless.
Okay,
So they're invested.
okay. Let's agree that I'm single and I'm useless, right? How in the world are you meeting 365? How you they program them? Where you they meet them? What are you saying? Do you just carry them? Oh yeah.
How
Maybe,
rich
maybe
are
some of them,
you?
How
maybe
you
some
gonna
of them
make-
are, maybe some of them are sex workers. Maybe
Perhaps.
someone see. Maybe
But
not
where
like,
do you even get the money to finance that kind of lifestyle?
I don't know. Let me look at the guy's
for,
face
for me,
again.
I think my only question is biologically, is it possible?
it's
It's
possible.
very hard.
I just
no, that
want
one
to
is
know.
possible.
Listen,
it's possible.
I heard
That
about a
one
lady. There was a
possible.
lady, I saw a snippet on socials. There was a lady that was talking about how under the span of, in less than a year, she had been with over 500 guys. And she was talking about how she was so loose that she goes to festivals, that she went to a certain festival, and at that festival, she gave a blowjob to over 10 guys in one day at a festival.
Wow, what's
just
her-
imagine if the festival
what's
is
her
like,
name?
Just imagine if the festival is like for 3 days.
What's the name?
Do you
Amanda
understand?
Herpes?
So for women, it's easier for women to get away with a large body count if they want to be
No, so for
promiscuous.
men, like, how
But for
you-
men, you wonder how he keeps it up. But here's the thing.
Like, how you doing it though?
But if you're sleeping with 2 girls a day,
how
two
you
different
sleeping
girls.
with 2 girls a day? Molotiri war.
Because here's the thing, there's some people like, I had a friend, right?
Oh, wow.
They always
know,
have friends,
wow. I had a
though. No,
friend.
but go ahead, go ahead.
I had a friend.
There we go.
We were housemates. And he was the guy that introduced me to Lagos nightlife. He's the guy that let me know that there's club activity every day of the week in Lagos.
Triple X? Oh, my
Do you
God.
understand? No, not triple X. So there's club activity every night in Lagos. If you go out in Lagos, I don't know about the mainland, but on the island, there's activity every night.
There's a Monday
that has-
club, there's a Tuesday club, there's a Wednesday club.
Yes. And then there are people that go out every night to these club scenes. So it's just about going out every night and coming home with a different girl.
2 things from what you said. First off, you said that ladies get away with more body count than men do.
Yes.
How true? How
No, it's
how
because of the
verifiable
anatomy
is
of a
it?
woman. All she has to do is lie down there and be penetrated.
Oh.
Do you understand? So here's the funny thing: like we're 4 guys on the black table. If one
we
girl
can't
comes
see.
here, she can take 4 of us. But if it's one guy taking 4, but check this out.
There go
That
cancel
went
you.
from,
Yeah,
that
but-
went from 0 to 100, like.
But if it's one guy with 4 ladies, he might not be able to get it
He
up
might
when he
be
reaches the
exhausted
No,
after
fourth
but you can't argue
when
that
he reaches
with
the
that
4th
logic,
lady.
because it makes sense. Yeah.
You know,
I've never looked at it that way. But
no,
it
that's
does
what
make
it
sense.
is.
Wow.
Like I heard one,
And then the next thing you said was that there are people who go out every single night. to
They
these
go out
clubs.
every
I'll
night.
tell you
Every
something,
single
yeah.
night.
People who actually have that tendency, or have that ability to be out every night, are running away from something. They're running away from life. How long can you keep up that kind of a lifestyle? What are you running away from, and how long can you continue to run away from that thing? If you have to go out and
it's
get
the
high,
fun for them.
No, but my question
Fun.
is, how in the world are you even financing that lifestyle?
Exactly.
Don't you walk?
Some of them finance it. Some of them tag along with other people
Okay, so
that
but
can
if you're
finance
smashing
it.
2 girls every day of the week, right? 2 girls in a
Even let's say
day.
1.
No, look, so you're smashing a girl every day, a different girl every day. You're going to meet her where? Talk to her. Are you taking her out or not just straight?
Maybe you guys met in the club. Music is playing. We have alcohol. We have drugs in our system.
Okay, so fantastic. So you hit that one, then the next morning you go to work. When you come back, at what point do you program the next one? On the way to work or on the way back?
I think
You
I
might
know,
be in a
I know,
club again.
I think I
Because,
know
like,
what
I
this
did-
guy
You're thinking,
did.
you're thinking on
so
social
I-
level.
I-
I'm thinking on a
graduated
health,
from
on an
University of
anatomy level.
Lagos.
No, let me-
I graduated from University of Lagos, and we used to call ourselves bloody wankers because most of the Unilag chicks there wanted to date older guys who were already successful. So what most Unilag boys were doing then was they would go for a chick that is way below their class, just to get easy pass. So if standard-wise, I'm not supposed to be seen with this kind of lady, or in actual sense, you guys do not meet.
Yeah, you can
anyway,
check.
Yeah.
just go down so that I can happen quickly.
So it's
and I
funny-
know a
no,
lot
no,
of boys
no,
that were doing it then.
No, but
I was
funny-
not doing
So you
it.
take
No, but
advantage
funny
of
enough-
That was
the,
a saint in
you take
school,
advantage of the ones who have baggage, the ones who are flawed, the ones who have daddy
Exactly.
issues.
Just to get them in bed.
Unilag boys.
But then, Femi,
I
at the
called
same
you guys
time,
out.
there's some ladies that go, even, what about the ladies that go out every night?
How now?
They're just
Because
looking
they
for
work
fun
at
and
the
excitement.
clubs.
And they know that they can get these things, especially when you meet a guy that maybe can finance your lifestyle. Women will line up for you to smash. They will line up.
There's
More
no
than
way.
one of
There's
them.
no way this guy hasn't spent mad money. There's no way because
What has he
I
done?
feel for every activity that you embark on, whether it's something casual, whether it's soliciting from
Minimum. There's a
professional
minimum
on the street,
spend. There's a minimum
you're
spend,
gonna spend
though.
money.
There's a minimum spend.
For me, I just feel it's funny that it's coming out to say, oh, I've been.
The
with
numbers are
315.
alarming, but I know it's very possible.
I'm not saying it's not even possible.
It
It's
also really
possible, but-
depends on the kind of people that he is with. It could be somebody who's selling a car downstairs.
Yeah, that
Whatever
was my
goal
point
type of
exactly.
thing,
That's the point Olamide was making when it doesn't matter the class or caliber of the
Yeah.
woman. Anybody that's just available at the time, you need to smash.
And-
Some
yeah.
people,
But
some people, it seems as if they're cursed or like they're like nymphos that they just have to make sure they engage in this activity on a daily basis. I know a guy that once said he cannot spend a night without a woman.
Oh.
So regardless of who the woman may be, it could be the same woman, it could be a different woman, but
there
Sha
has to be a
provide
woman.
him with a woman.
It's called sweet insomnia.
Sometimes
it's sad and shocking.
I'd rather just have my own privacy. I think solitude is the best kind of company that you could ever have.
Yeah.
So looking for company all the time, I can't imagine myself actually wanting company. 365 days of the year, speak less of having to go through the arduous task of getting to know a person.
Yeah.
You know, because that is a process that must happen. You cannot just see a
How-
person
do you
today
jump?
and then
Do you
be,
just-
you know.
But what if they throw themselves at you, like somebody like yourself that has a celebrity status,
I
and
do.
every day they see Zeno, and each one comes every time, coming. Although you're a faithful idiot, the thing is, if they keep coming, just imagine if you were not a faithful person, and different girls keep throwing themselves at you every day, different specs. How do you say no? You end up having to run away. One comes to you in the morning, one
Principle.
comes to you in the afternoon, one comes to you in the evening.
Principle. I think it's principle. I
So
think
these
it's
guys,
about
this guy doesn't have any.
Yeah, he
Apparently.
doesn't.
Listen, guys, let's move on to something much more exciting, something that is actually quite related to everybody here. Everybody's cousin is Will Smith.
Oh.
So the patron of the Red Table, it's called the Red Table. She calls it the Red Table.
Red table.
Jada Pinkett Smith came out only just a couple of days ago to reveal that she has been divorced from her husband, world-class Will
Separated.
Smith. No, divorced.
No, it's separate.
separated.
No. Let me finish and then I'll
Okay,
get to
okay.
arguing that. She told that she's been divorced from her husband for the past 6-7 years. She said this on the morning show during an interview. And she made very many revelations, one of which was the fact that inside of this separation and divorce, that Chris Rock actually asked her out on a date. There is so much to unpack about this situation because people have suspected that there's something very awry about their relationship, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. Her telling us is a shock, but it is not a shock. What is it exactly? People have suspected that Will Smith might be gay, that she has something on Will Smith. I don't understand that kind of relationship where you can be divorced from somebody, but yet you can still pull you can still hoodwink the entire world. How did we fall
I
for
think
that?
first
7
things
years.
first, it's unfair.
And she did say divorce, by the way. She said we have been, and this was her expression, divorced.
Well, divorce or not, she also said that she had made a promise that no matter what happens, that there would never be a divorce. I think it's very sad for Will Smith and any other man that's in the situation right now because for the very first time, I feel that there are certain women in the world who are so strong at, bending the narrative just to suit. Yeah.
You don't think it's women generally?
No, I know that we have women who can be extra, but this one is like the perfect example of a manipulator.
Okay.
It's
I would like to jump on
ridiculous.
that and say this. I think that women generally can ruin your life if they choose to, no matter the circumstance. They can put out.
They have that power.
They have that power more
Yeah,
than
sure,
you do ever.
definitely.
It would seem that in this case, especially men, have more at stake. And I'm not saying that because I am a man. In this case, there is something Will Smith is not telling. There is something that he cannot tell. There is something that she has on him. That at this point, she's thrown all caution to the wind.
You know,
and
it's
like,
funny
what?
because
Mess it
I
up.
feel most men in his situation will probably be quiet and not say much.
He hasn't said anything.
That's what I'm saying. Most men,
Now, here's the thing.
most men wouldn't
let
say
me,
much.
Let me jump in. Let me jump in real quick. We act like Will didn't put himself in this position.
How did he do so?
It's the life he has chosen. You get me? If him and his wife have allegedly been divorced or separated since 2016 and have decided to keep it quiet, it's like there's something I like about Beyonce, Jay-Z, or any of you guys on this table.
Oh, you'd be surprised next
No,
week they'll
with
come
any of
out
you
as
guys on this
divorced.
table. I believe you guys hold your marital status and things that happen in your homes close to your chest.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to expose it outside. So in Hollywood, in this kind of situation, why I mentioned Jay-Z and Beyonce is because they tell us what they want us to know. You get me? They release little things that they want us to know. We're not in their homes. We don't know what's happening between Jada and Will that have decided to share a home and maintain that marital status without letting us, the public, know. They've kept their life private and then have given us little
Snippets.
snippets of their privacy to create the controversy that makes people follow them and follow them
So it's-
and follow them.
So it's a business. It's a. Why have you been so quiet?
Because I'm trying to understand. Are you talking about Jada and Will now?
Jada and Will now, yes.
No.
They've decided.
Then that's wrong.
They-
And I know that you know that what you're saying is wrong.
No, but it's true.
Let's hear you
The
then.
funny thing, people have speculated a lot of things, and they choose what to give us at certain times to
No.
maintain that controversy.
So, this today, this morning, I was walking on the system, and my wife sent me one of those Instagram memes. And so, like, what is wrong with me? And that's my wife that likes to be on the women's side. Like, because one night we were having that conversation, she was like, in all honesty, a man of his caliber, successful actor, correct guy,
Influential.
has a beauty, like, not be fat Tommy guy. Like, the guy is just
Yeah.
like, he's well built.
He's Muhammad
He has
Ali.
money. He has money. They shouldn't be running circles around you like this.
So why?
Like something is missing. And in all honesty, the only person that has done what you have said is actually Will. Because Jada, every 2 market days, she's just giving us. You're giving us.
Yeah, but,
She had
but-
something to do with their kids' friend.
yeah, because the funny thing is that
And then he went on the red table. And she interviewed.
You remember that? You
But
remember
like
that?
you guys
that-
made
But
us
here's,
go
the,
out
but,
now.
but here's the
Car
thing.
crash
You know, in
interview.
this scenario, everybody sees Will as that innocent guy that's
He's
being
not
treated
innocent.
sometimes.
He doesn't
No,
seem
no,
like he-
But
no, it doesn't seem like that.
Jada is painted more as the bad guy.
No. So
You
in
get
all
me?
honesty,
They paint
honesty,
her more like the evil
so
person.
in all honesty, if we're going to be honest, I'm still waiting for the bottom pot because there's obviously something there. There's no way in the world a man of his caliber will be dragged like this. And the girl holds, she doesn't step on the brake when she's dragging him, as in she goes all the way. A lot of things she didn't have to say.
I also
Why are you
feel,
telling
I
us
also
that?
feel
Okay,
that
when he slapped Chris and he said, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth," that you were shocked because he has not called you his wife for 7 years. Like, bro.
So about that slap though. So was there more to it? Now that we know that
So
Chris Rock actually
was
asked her
just
out.
like,
Was there more to that slap?
I think
There shouldn't be more
Jada is
to
an
it.
attention junkie.
so at that
who's,
point,
who's an attention junkie?
yes, she
Jada,
is.
she's an
So
attention
that
junkie.
That thing about Chris Rock asking me out, I honestly don't think that might have been how it entirely went. Like,
Exactly.
You know how people always just take things and then blow them out of context.
Yeah.
So I feel like it could have been a They might have been friends, we don't know. It could have been a
They
conversation.
are friends.
They are friends.
Mhm, yeah.
If
So it
you,
could have been,
if you follow their movies and everything
Yeah.
from the 90s to
so
now,
it
you
could have
know
been a
they're
conversation of, oh, I heard you and Will are having a problem. Let's
Exactly.
meet for lunch.
But she actually said that Chris was like, okay, you know what?
Her interpretation.
Yeah, our interpretation,
Yeah.
according to what she said. She said, okay, I heard you and Will are going through a separation.
Let's meet for
I would
lunch.
like to take you out. And she said, no. Which is okay. I mean, it's very
And
simple. There's nothing wrong with that.
exactly. No, it's fine.
But I
But now
think
she painted, now she
she's
and the
painted
media
it
has painted it like, oh, he was trying to
yeah,
slide in.
Exactly.
It's Hollywood. They
So
slide into.
I
in
don't
and
know
out
whether
of it.
to be sad for Will Smith.
You have to
yes.
be sad and
no,
pray that your
no,
children don't
no.
turn out like that, bro. Like that guy is a national embarrassment. Will Smith that I grew up just
get you.
cruising.
Yeah.
Will Smith.
I still play that. I still
As
play that
in
album.
Ice Prince,
Fresh
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith.
Yeah.
Bro. Like Muhammad Ali, Will Smith.
So I understand what you're saying, but at the moment, I am not sure if to feel sorry for him.
Oh, you should,
Like you
actually.
said, there is something that we don't know in the
shouldn't.
entire.
Okay, you know what I'm starting to think? I think it's possible that there's just genuine love here.
No, it's not.
I'm just saying the devil's advocate here because
But how do you love someone that
feel-
doesn't love you, though?
I feel
How does that work?
genuinely, from the very beginning of their relationship, Will Smith might have been more invested in the marriage more than Jada. And what that means is that from the very beginning of the relationship, she has always had the upper hand. And there are many guys going through relationships like this, whereby because they've shown so much affection,
Yeah, but your
and the woman
dignity
has
is still on the
control.
line now. Why are
But
you
he
letting
has-
that
Well, he
go?
loves her too
already
much then, I
lost
guess.
it. He already lost his
Do
dignity.
you remember that Will Smith actually had this movie where he acted a gay character? Sixpence or something. I can't remember. It was very old. Not
Never
very many
watched
people
that
know
one.
about this, but he was actually a gay character. That had always also been a touch point for most people regarding his sexuality. There was also that consideration that that might be something. There was also the bit where his son revealed that he didn't like the kind of attention he was getting from his father or his parents, and he wasn't comfortable with it. That really didn't catch the attention of the media, but it was there. There are so many tidbits and crumbs that are being left around that nobody's picking up and embodying, is my point. So I'm thinking, what is it? There must be something there that he can't tell. He's too embarrassed to tell, and Jada knows that he's got him by the corner, and he's using that against him.
Well,
It would
see,
seem.
he's a black man in America. Do you understand? He needs to watch what he does and the things that can be used
He's a
against him.
successful black man in America. He's
So
a model black man in America.
He's built this persona of himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's branded himself in a certain way that he can lose absolutely everything,
Everything,
if the
yeah.
wrong information comes out there.
Yeah.
And as men, we all know that we stomach a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? And we'd rather not tell.
Mm.
And we'd rather just take all the crap that's put on us.
You know, the sad thing is that Will was married to some other person
Yeah, he was.
before.
Yeah.
Are
And
you serious?
Yeah, he was. He
And
was.
his
His
first
first
son-
son is
his
not
first
from,
son
him,
too,
until
from
the
Jada.
separation and everything, quiet. Nothing. And that's why I feel to a large extent
That is just him.
that is where he is. And Jada is just being a bitch.
It's the
But
black
that's what
thing,
I'm
we can
saying.
say.
Any narrative, people will take whatever narrative on any story and push it out there.
Why
have
is
you
she
read?
doing media rounds on this,
Have-
though?
have you-
Why
have
is
you
she
read-
all
if
over
you
the
read
place
his book-
telling
So,
about this?
so she's about to release a book. And it's all about driving attention to the book. And that's why I feel that Will Smith is just being tossed around and used as
But how does
a-
that guy, how does he sleep at night? Does he have
Man,
friends?
I really
on
don't
a
want to
bed,
be in
on
the
a
shoes
bed
of
of $1
that
million.
guy.
No, but does he have friends?
I'm sure he does.
Of course.
What do you talk about?
I'm sure family, everybody
you guys
will want
what.
to like go like, yo, dude.
We're going to let you
walk away
guys
from-
tell us what you think. Use the hashtag #TheBlackTable on TVC. I want to remind you guys that we are well kitted, apart from Oluwafemi Koto here.
He's kitted.
Yeah, by No Limits Stitches. Thank you very much. Very nice apparel here. Let's move on now to our next quick fire here today. Wife goes to court for divorce. Husband demands she finds him a new wife first. These are an Islamic couple. It's a very interesting story. Man tells how much he spent on dowry and her clothes for the wedding.
Yeah.
About 160,000 naira. Woman says, I don't have the 160,000 naira. It's such a small amount of money, first of all. I'd like to put that out there. But it's just that he had the audacity, and I'm with him on this one, to request that he be given a wife before you can divorce me. By Islamic rights, and this was also noted by the judge, that's not. It's not. You can't come with that kind of a claim.
Yeah.
You know. But it is his adamant. What's it called? That
Boldness.
boldness that you find. I just like the fact that he's like, if I divorce you, find me another one. Oh, no, I'm not going to go through that straight. No, he wants to find
You
you.
one of your friends. You one of your friends, and then you can go.
Back in the street at 60 or what?
But the truth is, I mean, look at all the money I've spent now. Okay, you're not doing it again. Bring somebody else. You know what now? Like, if you cannot return the money, replace yourself. If you can't, stay here.
It's funny, this story, this is a story from an Abuja court. And a friend of mine in Abuja once told me, you hear and see the funniest thing in some of these magistrate courts. If you see what people demand for, what people ask for. There was a story I heard of a lady that said that she said it in Hausa in a way that the husband should give her back her breast when they were up and firm.
Wow.
As in, what she was trying to say was like, give me back my youth, and I'll give you the divorce and stuff like. You hear the craziest stories that go on in magistrate courts when people want divorces. They think they demand for and they ask for.
Did you hear of
this story
did you
is
hear
just
of the
hilarious.
couple who actually came in Ashrabi, who actually came in the same clothes?
No, those
Now,
ones, they are true.
the judge
They are
told
true.
them,
Yeah, they should lock them up.
you guys are getting the divorce, but you have time to come in Ashrabi. No, you guys should.
There was a lady that wanted a divorce because her husband refuses to take his bath. That he doesn't shower as
I heard
often.
about that. That was
And
very
in the
ridiculous.
court, the man told the judge that his wife should go and marry a fish if she wants somebody that will be in water all the time. I'm telling you, crazy story, real events.
While we're on the topic, our dear friend Dotun is going through a messy divorce.
Yeah.
So Dotun's married to D'Banj's sister.
No, I don't think he's not going through a messy divorce. He's been will and jaded a year, for a while. People have not known this. And
This includes the kids, by the way.
yes, no, truth be told, and people don't know this, and I don't know, I didn't want to talk about Dotun, he's my guy, but let me just share some of the details. Dotun and his wife have been estranged for a while. The public were not
years
aware
now.
of this. They've been estranged for a while, and a couple of you, I'm sure you know who his wife is. She's a sister to
D'Banj.
Yes. So they've been estranged for a while. So he's been alone in Lagos, and she has relocated to Abuja, and she's with his kids, his two daughters. So they've been going through, he's been going through a lot while they've been apart before the divorce has been complete. Because, you know, in Nigeria, it takes a while before.
Yeah. Everywhere in the world.
Everywhere, you know, it takes a while. So he's been facing a lot of things. He's had so much bad press.
You
in
seem
the
to have plenty
media.
of information. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a pin in it, pause. Let's take a break. Let's let you really embody this story when we get back because, like you said, he's your guy. And I really would like to know exactly what's been happening from approximate point of view here. So tell you what we're going to do. While you're getting your hashtag ready, hashtag the Black Table on TVC, let's take a very short break. When we come back, we'll touch on that and we'll have your opinion on the end. Welcome back to the Black Table. Now, over the past 2 weeks, media personality and hype man, of course, Dotun has been dropping little insights into what it's like in his life. He's told about the fact that he has not been let to have access to his kids who live in another state in Nigeria, even while he's been estranged from his wife. Very unfortunate situation. Gang was intimating us with some of the things that he knows here. A personal friend of yours, of course, and everybody here has had one opportunity or the other to meet this guy. Very happy-go-lucky guy. Absolutely love his personality. Away from radio, he's quite fun. I don't know what the situation has been or had been between him and his wife to cause them to be estranged or divorced, but the situation currently on ground is warranting some very major concern regarding how he's been treated. They are legally divorced at this point, are they?
No, the divorce is not complete at the moment, but they're still going through the legal battles and paperwork. But for a very long time, and this is over a year plus, she's been away with the children, and he's been on his own. So he was granted from the courts, you know, access, custody to the kids when they're either on holidays or festive seasons, so they can spend time with their dad. You know, so sometimes what he does is he travels there in Abuja, the federal capital. So sometimes he travels to Abuja, picks up his girls, brings them to Lagos, they spend time with daddy, takes them back and whatnot. So I don't understand why all of a sudden it's kind of like an issue for him to have access to his children. So that's what the dilemma I think he's facing right now, because he's had bad press. He's had situations whereby he's been framed as a bad father.
A bad father, yeah.
Do you understand? he's basically seen as the reason why the marriage is being dissolved, more or less. So regardless of what those reasons are, we don't have those details. But the thing is, he doesn't have access to his children now. He's
I
being
feel-
denied access to his children.
I
They-
feel even if you're a bad father and it's been proven that
husband? Or bad
I'm just saying, even if you're a bad father and it's been proven that you have access to your children legally, they still need to give you, the room
The thing
to
is,
improve on your whatever. So I no matter what might have happened between himself and his estranged wife, you can't put the children in the middle. You guys need to come together as adults and find a reason to make it work.
but the problem is a lot of women use this as a tool to punish the man. And they don't understand that
yeah,
they're punishing
yeah.
the children as well. For them, they know your connection with your children. They know where it hurts. That's where they can hit you. So they frustrate you to that point. There were some allegations. Dotun had to put up a video because they were saying at some point that he came to the house. He had harassed the security guard, and even to a point that it would almost seem like he was trying to destroy property or stuff like that. But in the video, it doesn't show him behaving any way in that manner. So Dotun was even saying on his socials that he has receipts, he has so many things to show that he's been a part of the children's lives. He's been taking care of the children. There have been instances whereby he called out some fashion people that he sends close to his kids to make sure that they, Dotun he's a dresser. He looks good. He wants his kids to look good. He's done so many things. There were even situations whereby he had sent things to the children that were rejected by the mom. Basically not wanting him to be a part of their lives, which is very sad because if you know Dotun very well, he loves his kids as much as we love our kids, all of us here. He loves his kids to a fault. But now he's being denied access to those kids. And he just feels like they're trying to shape the minds of these children to make them seem like his father ain't shit. Do you understand? And he doesn't want the kids to have that narrative about him. So
Is it for the kids or is it for us? Are they trying to paint a bad picture of a bad father for the kids or for us? I mean, everybody, because it's gone beyond just the kids now. He is a public figure.
True.
So if I say this is a bad father and that's out in the media, then that's ruining a person. That's ruining him, his career, his mental state. First of all, that is a big deal because you cannot
Truth be
operate.
told, when people are invested emotionally like this, they don't care. They want to tarnish him. They want to tarnish his image. They want him to get the bad end of the stick, so
yeah.
to speak, to an extent, because of who he is, because of his personality. It's easy to smear him, and it stays bad. He even put in his post, he has lost a lot of jobs over the years because of this bad press, because of this situation. So it has gotten to a point that he has to speak out because he never.
So it would seem that his wife is capable and well-to-do and they're taking care of the kids. They don't need his help is what it seems like.
Yes. But if you look at the family she comes from,
Yeah, well.
you get me? From where she comes from, they feel they're good. They feel they're okay. And they feel as if this guy is no longer with our daughter. So to an extent, these are just my own words now. What can we do in our advantage to his disadvantage? They're not trying to resolve it or bring them back together. They're just trying to cut him off and be like, okay, you're not with our daughter, then you can't be with anything that's part of her.
You know what?
which
You know
includes
what?
the
It's
kids.
okay for a couple not to, move on or move forward with their relationship.
But don't
It's fine. But by the time you start complicating issues and creating unnecessary borders for the children, then it absolutely makes no sense.
You know that
And-
those kids will grow up eventually. They will get their own,
Exactly.
they will have their own
Mindset.
exactly,
And,
analysis
the
of the
thought
situation.
process.
Yeah.
And, it's really unfair because, yes, it's difficult. Dotun is in Lagos, the kids and the estranged wife, they're in Abuja. But you need to find a very matured way of resolving this. There has to be a way for you guys to come together and meet in the middle.
That's if both parties are acting
Yeah,
mature.
so that's what I'm saying.
Boom.
Everything exploded on social media about 2 years ago. Accusations flying left and right.
What kind of accusation?
There was accusations
Of him being disloyal or
no, that he was abusive.
abusive, yeah.
And as much as that was very alarming, there was no proof to say, okay, this is what he had done. But let's move past that. You both agreed to go your separate
Separate, yeah.
ways, but you have 2 kids involved. you need to come together and find a reasonable way of cohabiting when it comes to parenting.
I'm sorry, Femi hasn't said anything much
Because
today.
he's
Femi,
shocked.
what's
He's
going on
shocked.
with you, man?
because
This touches Femi deeply.
Yeah,
I'm
it
very-
does, apparently.
And then I don't like to speak on things that I don't have in-depth knowledge of, right? I honestly, I've seen a couple of posts, but I never bothered to read them. But hearing all of this, that okay, well, you are going. If you guys are going your separate ways, go your separate ways now. You don't have to involve the kids, and I think it's completely unfair. Completely unfair. It's not excusable that you prevent a man from having access to his kids.
Children,
That's the easiest way to break him down. Why are you weaponizing his own children now?
That's the word.
Like, how is this even
That's the
allowed?
word.
Like, because in the real sense of the word, it's okay. Relationships break.
Yeah.
They break. It's fine. You can go your separate ways. You can be on your own. Let him be on his own. But the kids, you guys are always going to have those kids in between you forever. And how in the world? Because their minds are still young. Oh.
Exactly.
You are now painting the image of, oh, your dad ain't it, your dad ain't. It's completely unfair. And I think that if he was not a public figure, he wouldn't be having it this
No.
bad.
So it's weaponizing that as well.
It's wrong.
That's what it is.
It's wrong.
That's what
Very, very wrong.
What are the consequences of kids growing up without fathers or growing up with these kinds of circumstances surrounding
That's exactly
their
what I was
parents?
even going to say. Like, whatever it is that the wife or our family or whatever it is that they are doing, whatever it is, like, are they thinking about the future that, okay, well, look, these kids are not going to be kids forever. A time will come in their lives where they want to be like, okay, so where's
What
daddy?
happened?
What happened? What are you going to tell them? And God bless you, the daddy will still be alive. Because in the real sense of the word, I like the fact that the guy is not keeping quiet about this, because the normal masculine thing to do will be just, act the man, no.
Be Will
Because
Smith.
in the future, yes,
Yeah, Will Smith it
Will
out.
Smith.
because in the future, the kids are going to be like, okay, so daddy, what exactly happened? But with all
you
of
fight
thi-
for us?
No, but with all of this, you can tell them, okay, you know what, go to Google if there's still Google by then. I mean, it's sad. Like, it's very sad.
it's really sad because
Sad.
sometimes common sense has to come to play. No matter how emotionally invested you are or emotionally detached you are from someone, common sense has to come to play because you both brought the kids into this world.
I think people even
So
need
you
to
don't
learn.
have the right, especially when it's not a legal thing. When you've gone to court
So it
to
would seem
settle
that
the
there is no
custody
respect
issues.
or regard for whatever the courts have put on
People,
ground.
people
It says,
also
like,
need to respect the fact that, okay, look, people need to learn that, okay, we can break up and we don't have to be enemies. It didn't work out.
Exactly.
It didn't work out. It didn't work out. We don't have to be enemies.
So the thing is this, yes, we're talking about Dotton's family right now, but a lot of people are also going through this. I mean, I know of cases whereby, in this case, the other way around, the fathers will shut out the wives and say, okay, you know what? I don't want you to have anything to do with my children, so stay away. Well, of course, Mohbad's family, it was exactly the same thing. The mother was totally cut out from the family. And it happens a lot. And it's time people need to start looking at these things and addressing it the right way. What happens if it doesn't work out between yourself and your partner?
Do you think that should be put forward at the start of a marriage?
I think it
I think
should.
at this point,
It should be addressed.
It should be
If
addressed.
it doesn't work
yeah,
out, what do we
funny
do?
enough,
If
yeah,
we
it
have
should be
kids that
addressed.
By then, what do we do?
Because I had a conversation with my wife once, and we were talking about it, and she was like, the honest truth is, she knows that I know that you live for your children, and I know that the easiest way to destroy you
Is your kids?
is your kids. And I'm like, everyone knows. Like, I've told her before, if we decide that we're going our separate ways, we live in the same house. I can even rent the next house. I don't mind, because, but my children,
Yeah.
that's the essence of my life. How you know? So I'll not. It's wrong
See, now that's exactly what I'm talking about.
wrong. It's
Femi,
wrong.
if your wife knows these details about you, right?
She could use them
And then
against you.
you guys separate and she still has bad blood and is vexing,
Well, it's-
she can use that against
And
you.
I'm going. So that's exactly what it's. And I'm not going to be the man. I'm not going to be a man about it. Doctrine is not petty. I will be very petty.
Nah.
No, because the truth of the matter is, I'm not going to let you. Everything I do in my life is for my children. So once you remove that part of me, it's like I'm floating. No, it's not going to happen.
Listen, let's take your comments What are we going to break before? No, let's take your comments because we are almost out of time here. We've got about only 10 minutes left for the show here. Your views are also very important. That's why we reserve these last few minutes for you. We've got comments in here about all the topics that we've discussed today. Outlook.com, thank you very much. Our most regular texter says, Mazzino, good to see you again. Thank you very much. Gang always does a fantastic job, though. But it's good to see you again. Thank you very much. But wait, till 365 women. No. 315 women. On Kulusu.
Unculus.
Please, what does that Unculus mean? I hear
have no
that.
idea.
Colorado is
It's a
a
street-
strain of
I know, but Fowls, it was one of Fowls.
marijuana. Yeah,
Yeah.
Colus is actually a strain of marijuana that people smoke. It's a very strong
It's an abusive
strain.
drug.
I have not researched it. I have not tried
No, I
it.
don't know,
don't
but
intend to.
I think there's one foul song that, Unculus, as in.
Yeah,
I
so
wouldn't be
people use it as like
surprised.
slang
He
now.
I
jumps
have no
on
idea what
trends.
it means.
Sometimes people use it as a slang for something
It's
that's
now
a bit
slang.
eccentric.
Yeah. When something's totally out of this world, like he's on Kulus.
Okay.
Achiagan says, Baba, story of my life. I sleep with a different girl every day, every single day. I work as a bouncer in a at a strip club.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Not lie.
I work as a bouncer at a strip club, and these girls want to sleep with me for favors, he says, especially those that don't have gate fee to come in and meet with boys. I bend.
He bends over backwards.
Go on.
You can't read it.
I bend them over and give them doggy.
Oh.
Shegu.
Okay.
Shegu.
Hey,
Continue.
If I'm tired, they give me a blowjob, and it's not a big deal. So I guess that you've been with more women than this man. Have you considered that if a person conducts an act of fellatio on a different man who's got a disease, herpes, for instance, or even gonorrhea, orally now, and also performs that same act on you, you are not safe. I hope you know this.
Then I think I need to educate him. Oga, any form of manipulation to get a woman to sleep with you
Yeah.
is rape.
Exactly.
It
So
doesn't
if you're
have to be
using them,
physical.
So, Shagun, basically, they said you raped how many girls now?
yeah, 316 girls is from January to October.
Out.
Oga,
So that's
you're in
just-
trouble.
That's just absolutely wrong, and I hope that you take this education and you're not, because that's, you're using your position
Exactly.
to get what you want
Yeah.
to people who might be unwilling. So that is legally wrong. And if this was a country that stood on laws, even these kinds of small laws, you'd definitely have quite a
case to answer
lawsuit.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a case on your hands. At doing here says, Will and Jada, they stress me, I beg. I truly feel
don't
sorry
really
for
know what-
him.
Exactly.
Jada don't show am Pepe. She is an attention seeker. Let's just admit that. To
Junkie.
sell a
Junkie.
book, whatever this book is about, using your husband's reputation, no matter the case, no matter
When was the
whatever
last time
is between
Jada
you guys.
Pinkett had anything massive?
Nobody don't have money problems.
Right,
now.
she
So
was in
what's this
Matrix.
about, though?
It's
no,
attention.
no. When I say massive,
Matrix wasn't
Jada.
massive.
I mean,
How many years
she
ago
was
was that, bro?
She was a pat role. She wasn't.
Yeah, she
one
No,
of
it
wasn't
the
doesn't
lead.
leads.
even matter how many years
Well-
ago was that. No, but my own is they don't have money problems. So what's this about?
It's deeper than I told you.
It's something-
deep
it's
inside
something
the
we-
No,
house.
but
and
actually,
that
no,
will
no,
reveal.
but the honest truth is, I've realized that women and attention, like, is a problem. So I feel like sometimes she just wakes up and she's like, nobody remembers I'm Jada anymore. I need to rock this boat. Because these things are not making sense anymore. They're not making sense. Like, as in, she had him on the table and she was telling him,
He cried on that table.
ah!
He actually
Jesus.
cried on that table.
Father,
And since that
he
interview,
cried.
he has, yes, he did.
But
Since that
the,
interview, he has
the thing
not
is this. I
been
think
the
there's
same.
still going to be more revelations coming.
I think so.
I'm not so happy with how Jada's
I'm expecting a
gone about
documentary
it.
on his life.
But I do know
I know
down
that
the
will-
line
yeah.
we'll probably eventually hear more from Will Smith because there's going to be a time whereby enough is enough.
No,
You
we've
need
passed
to
that.
speak up.
I think we've passed that stage. There's nothing that guy can do again because at this point, like,
Bro,
he
Well,
cried.
just to save the reputation that we hold of him from
No,
the
no, that
90s, I
reputation
think
is-
it will be
No, but
very
that
relevant.
reputation is gone, though.
It's gone. He can't
It's
make
gone.
it perhaps,
It's
but
gone.
I would like, I want him to say something. Final text here from @Susan says, to be very honest, Mazzino, we haven't heard anything from Dotson's wife, and we shouldn't judge, she says, point. The lady said he was abusive, but proof no day. You will explain that proof no good day. Let's just wait till we hear from the wife.
Yep.
I've not looked at it
We don't need to.
from
We
that
don't need- so the thing
perspective.
is- no, no.
Everything that we are
It's
reacting
okay.
on
No, no,
has
no.
been from Dotun's
Yes,
stables.
agreed. But at the same time,
There's still the elephant in the room.
Yes, the
he
main
has
thing
no
is this,
access to his kids.
if Dotun was an
You don't need to
asshole,
know
if Dotun was an
exactly.
asshole, if he messed up, if he's
You don't need to know.
abusive, the thing is this: you're denying a man access to his
His
children.
kid-
You're denying a man access to his
Like,
children.
that supersedes
Was he
everything
abusive
else.
to the children? The children spend time with their father. They love the time they spend. If he was abusive to you, and you're using this as a form of you guys are no longer together. You haven't been together for years. So now he wants access to his children. He was abusive to you. Can he have access to his children? You say no.
Are you the judge in
When,
that matter
when
now?
he sends
Exactly.
things for the children to the house, you reject those things. These are for the kids. He sends clothing. He sends
Give him
cake
a chance
for
to be a
birthday.
father, I
He
guess.
sends things for the kids. But because he was allegedly abusive, the kids shouldn't have those things. So even if you deny him access to the kids, you also deny the kids access to what he sends. So when he pays school fees, why don't you return the money?
I'm sure she can. I'm sure she will if she can, though.
You get me? When the guy spends, when it's monetary things that the guy has paid for,
Why don't you return it? Why
you don't
yeah.
return it.
For me, it's really sad when
So
you
it's
look at
dicey.
the thin
Yes, we
line
need to
between
hear
love and
from
hate.
her and her family. They need to speak out because this is in court. You guys have.
Well, maybe they can't speak out because it is in court.
No, but we don't even need to hear from anybody. Just let him have access.
Just let him have access to his kids. It's that simple.
At this point, it's not like I want the marriage to work. It's just I want to see my kids. Listen, gang, you're giving us our.
I gave the tip last week.
You were the host last week. How could you give the?
I gave the tip. This tip is tired of giving.
Ah, Jason.
This tip is tired of giving.
Oh my goodness! We're still coming back to you. I can't give the tip because I'm the host. You know, this is just weird.
I want to give the tip.
Okay, Olamide, please, you
Yes,
have been.
I want to give
you
the
will be
tip.
giving the tip. But real quick one, wanted to say thank you to No Limit Stitches for always making sure that we are looking good. Next week, and we have been promising, you guys were here, so he can't take it back. No backseat.
No, not next week. The week after next week.
Oga.
No, I said the week after
week
next
after.
The week
2
after
weeks.
next,
2 weeks from now.
it's going to be Oluwafemi Couture all round. All round. I have been, enjoying Oluwafemi Couture.
About that time.
You know, so
It's about that
so
time.
let's do Oluwafemi Couture. Listen, Jean-Luc Picard of the Enterprise, let's have
Tip it away.
your tip for the weekend.
Okay, so for me, I just want to say this to everybody out there going through any messy separations or divorce. That it's important that
Situationship.
situationships or Jada-ships, whatever
May
it
we
is,
not have a Jedi in our life.
We
bro.
not have a Jada
May we
now.
not have a Jedi in our life. bro.
whatever it is, the children are untouchable. Please take them out of the equation and sit down and think about what is right for them. Not what is right for you, not what you feel emotionally, but what is right for the children.
Oh.
It's a very
And
responsible
you can
tip.
actually.
I am responsible.
And you can actually go your separate ways without becoming enemies. It's not
Exactly.
necessary.
Yeah.
It's not necessary. Oh, he's not working. He's not working. Oh, have a nice life. Have a nice life. And you don't have to. It doesn't have to end like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like why?
It's a very somber note. I'm only just realizing how much we care about other men.
No, but it's because
yeah,
men
that's
get
why
to-
we're
about
here.
Dotun, we care so much about Will
No,
Smith.
but it's sad.
That's very, very interesting. Guys, thank you for a very interesting evening. Thank you very much, gang. And thank you for hosting last week. I really do
Anytime,
appreciate it.
anytime,
So,
anytime.
I'm still offended that you wouldn't whip out your tip. It's okay.
Pull out!
Listen, the black table is if the black table asks for your tip, you pull it out.
And you put it right in.
Noted.
Guy, take it easy.
Noted.
Honestly, what they talk about, the deal.
In
Make I
any
just
case,
talk.
I want to say thank you very much to everybody out there who joined us and everybody who sent in messages. We can't read all of them, but thank you very much. We really do appreciate it. Join us again next week. There's going to be a rerun of this on YouTube. You can catch it on YouTube. So please make sure that you go looking for The Black Table on our YouTube channel at TVC Connect across all social media platforms. Thank you very much. Until next week when we meet again, 11 o'clock on a Friday night, it is from me, good night, or is it good morning?